Today is March 29th and it is about 70 degrees out here. We're going to get into these bees after doing a Formic Pro treatment, and I'm going to do a mite wash and see what kind of mites we have in this, see if we need to retreat or what we need to do with these girls. So let's get after it. So we did a Formic treatment about 2 weeks ago, and I did 2 strips between the brood chamber there. Put an extra box on top just to give them some room, and we're going to see what kind of mites we got going into this hopefully honey flow. Last time I was in this hive, they had 9 frames of brood, so we're going to see if that's still the case and if they're putting any honey up here in this top box. Alright, so they're not building out that frame. They got some wax in this middle frame here. Check it out, see what we got going on. Looks like they're just cleaning it up. Got a little honey in there, but I think that's from the, I think this is a frame I pulled up there just to get them to come up. So let's go ahead and get into the brood chamber of this hive here. See if we can't get a mite wash going. Go ahead and set these frames off to the side here. Take this queen excluder off here and check and see how our mite treatment did. Come in here and check out the brood frames. They don't have anything going on that one. Seem to be building comb out here on the outside edge a little bit. Throwing a little comb there. Fresh comb. Hopefully the queen will start going up into this top box here, laying up some eggs. Yep, she's got eggs on this frame here. They got honey and pollen and a little bit of larva on this one, so they're bringing in some kind of honey. As you can see, all that shiny nectar there. I haven't had any feed on them in the past 2 weeks because with Formic Pro it says not to feed while you're doing the treatment. Check this frame for brood and eggs here. Building up a little wonky comb, we'll have to fix that. There's queen cups down here on the bottom. Make sure there's nothing in those. Just some practice cups here. No eggs, no larvae in them. Looks like there's nothing but larvae in all these. She's backfilled that side with eggs, so they'll be capped off probably next week. Clean some of these end caps off here so I can get these frames a little bit closer together. Let's stop building this wonky comb out here. I got propolis built up on the ends of them. They'll do that and Put all this stuff right here on the ends. Looks like they're bringing in some nectar here, capping it off. Now I'll clean up this wax here so that we don't have any issues with hive beetles or skunks. Clean this frame up just a little because they're building that wax out a little too far. Try not to give them so much room that they put that wonky comb in there. They tend to do that on the wooden frames. They don't do it so much on the plastic frames here. They just like to build the wax on top on these plastic frames. Continue going through here, see if they got any more brood up here. Kind of keep a check on how many brood frames they have in this hive. That one's full of eggs, larvae. She's backfilled with eggs. Kind of glance and make sure she's not on the frame. Backfilled this side with eggs. So that's two frames of brood so far. Just up in this top box. Yeah, she's laid this frame up with eggs. Got eggs and larvae on this side. She may be on this frame somewhere. I don't see her. So that's 3 frames of brood. For this mite wash, I'm going to do one with cat brood on it. That way I know they seem to be getting a little agitated. We'll smoke them down, so they'll leave me alone a little bit. Just trying to get a check on you girls. Haven't been in here for 2 weeks. We got a queen cup there full of pollen and nectar, so they are on a flow somewhere. Got some eggs on that side. Check that queen cup. It's in a super seeder spot here. Make sure they don't get rid of this queen because she's laying up a storm. So that's 3 frames of brood on top. They're filling this box out pretty good. We'll close this side up and move on down to the bottom brood box there. Then we'll do our mite. I'm gonna do the mite check on this second box here, and we'll run through the rest of these hives. I'm not gonna do a mite check on all of them, just first couple boxes here. Put that queen excluder back on. We'll move down here to this box. Try not to squish any bees. Get this Formic Pro off of here. It's no longer any good. It's like a piece of cardboard now. It looks like we got about 8 frames of bees down here. We'll give them a little smoke, see what we can get into. Scrape some of this comb off the top. Try to keep everything clean. We got a few drone brood eggs in there. That way when we go to put this back together, it won't be that hard to get it all buttoned back up. Bees are just boiling out of here. Stacks of bees. A little wax drawn out here. We'll get into the brood here in the middle. Find us a decent frame to do this mite wash with. See how many bees we actually, or how many frames of brood we have. Got a little bit of brood, but that's mostly pollen frame there. All that pollen coming in, red, yellow, a little bit of orange. There are a lot of bees in this bottom box. It's kind of overcast today, so they're not really out foraging too much. Got a storm coming in tomorrow, and it'll be raining the next probably 4 days. So I need to go ahead and get in here and check these girls out. So this is a full frame of cap brood there. They got honey all on this frame. So that's half a frame of brood. Got pollen, starting to put some eggs in there, trying to expand that brood nest, make sure there's no swarm cells in the bottom. She's got this one all laid up, full of eggs. Kind of just glancing over, see if I can see her as we go. This one's full of eggs, full of larvae. No queen cells. Looking for the queen, make sure she's not on here. This will probably be the frame that I do my mite wash with. Keep it to the side here. Keep rolling through here real quick. That's 1, 2, 3 frames of brood. This is 4 frames of brood here. Don't see the queen anywhere on here. Got some fresh drones hatched. She's got this frame all laid up in eggs. This might be actually the frame we do the mite wash on. See if I can't make sure she's not on here before I do anything with it. Go ahead and go get my mite wash kit. So I'm doing my mite wash with a alcohol mite wash. So what we'll do is we'll get half a cup of bees in this container here. Just glance over one more time, make sure the queen's not on this frame. And then we'll dump them into the alcohol and swirl them around for a minute. And that way we'll get a representative sample of the hive. And the easiest way to do this for me is to just run this cup down the bees and they'll collect in this cup. The foragers will take off and the nurse bees will be left behind. But what I want is about a half a cup of these bees, which will be the equivalent of 200 bees. We'll just put them in this mite wash real quick and swirl them for a minute. Make sure I don't drop it. And after you swirl it for a minute, we'll hold it up and count the mites that drop out into the bottom of this cup. Alright, so we'll let it settle down there and so on these I washing a 0 there. Zero mites. So that's good. Good to know. Let's look these girls back down here. So that just shows me that that formic treatment did what it was supposed to do. and it'll have us in a good position to go into the spring and the summer flow here. We'll also do a extended release oxalic acid treatment throughout the whole honey flow, and that'll help them to keep the mites down throughout the honey flow. And then in late summer we'll do a Apogard treatment. But what it looks like is she's got this whole frame laid up with eggs here. See if we can't find her. She's probably hiding somewhere. But they don't like that formic treatment, so on top of having a hive full of bees, that puts us in good position for next week though, to split these girls with the new queens I have coming in. They are definitely putting the honey into this hive here, so that's a good thing. I may take that frame there and move it up into the honey super that we have over them, just to get them to come on up and fill out the rest of that box. They've got this drone frame drawn out here. With new wax, working on it. But seem to have a queen in here, so I'm gonna take that honey frame and put it up into the honey super here that I have. But that is that's a mite wash for checking to make sure your treatment was done correctly. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments there, and I'll answer whatever questions you got. I'm gonna shake this frame off, just make sure we don't have the queen in the honey super. But y'all make sure you like, subscribe, and watch more of my videos. I'll catch you on the next one.